Migrant crossings at the southern border have nearly doubled from the last few months. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is now calling for more buses to relocate asylum seekers to Democratic-run cities. Manuel Bojorquez has more from El Paso, Texas.
They arrive by any means necessary, on top of trains, pulled from under barbed wire, or across the Rio Grande, sometimes with deadly consequences. The strain of more than 8,000 a day crossing the border is moving north to cities like San Antonio, where overflowing shelters mean some migrants sleep outside.
Migrants that we have encountered here in this area are trying to evade arrest.
We rode along with Customs and Border Protection agents who say they've conducted more than 500 rescues in the El Paso sector over the last year. Migrants often left in bad shape by cartels.
These migrants have been walking for a little while. So our agents' response at that time, in that moment, was crucial because they were lost.
The majority of the migrants are from Venezuela, which is a country with very limited diplomatic ties with the United States. What does that mean? Well, it's not as easy to deport or repatriate people. That poses other challenges, says Ruben Garcia, who runs an El Paso shelter.
If they get released by Border Patrol and you ask them, do you have a family member, relative, friend in the U.S. that can receive you, many of them do not.
Desiree Pastra, Francisco Araujo, and their two girls are among the lucky ones who have a relative in Houston they'll stay with. But the month-long journey has left them physically and emotionally scarred.
Yo sé que para usted es difícil.
Tremendo.
You're feeling a lot.
Manuel Bojorquez joins us now. I want to just drill down on a couple of points in your package. So if migrants are turned back, how do they reach these so-called designated entry points?
Well, a lot of it is word of mouth, and we got to see this firsthand yesterday when we traveled to Ciudad Juarez, just on the other side of the border. There was a group that was turned away by Border Patrol because they were told this is not a port or point of entry where you can ask for asylum. And then they basically just kind of followed others, heard about a place under some fence where you could go, and there was a big group gathered there, and that was a sign to them that this was a place where they could say they want asylum and then be processed.
So it sounds like it's very haphazard, probably not without some risk. So the Biden administration has sent 800
Absolutely.
additional troops, of course, to Texas. What are authorities there asking for? Is this enough support?
I think it depends on who you ask. You have Governor Greg Abbott, who at this point is sending more buses down here to move migrants north, who would probably say that's not enough. He has criticized the federal government for, in his view, not doing enough to secure the border and to prevent people from coming up the way they are. But when you talk to some of the NGOs and some of the faith-based organizations and even the counties and cities here, based on the amount of people that they're trying to house and feed, what they really feel is that the rest of the country should maybe help out here. Not just New York, where there's been a big debate about housing migrants, but the man we spoke with today at the shelter said, look, other cities can really help out because we're being overwhelmed here. We want to help everybody out in a humanitarian way, but it's getting to the point, as you saw in San Antonio, where some people are having to sleep on the streets because there really just isn't enough room.
Manuel Bojorquez, thank you for your reporting on the ground in Texas this week.
Thank you.